Hello students, this is Kanika. Welcome to my channel Prep Biology. So today we will discuss about the chapter number 2, that is human reproduction, and this is class 3rd of this series. In this lecture we are going to discuss about the gametogenesis. So as the name suggests, gametogenesis means gameto means gametes and genesis means process. So this means the process of formation of gametes, that is called the gametogenesis. If we talk about in males and in females, different gametes are formed. If we talk about the males, the spermatogenesis occurs, which means the primary sex organs in the males, that is the testis, and primary sex organs in the females, that is the ovary, it will produce the male gamete and ovary will produce the female gamete. Okay. So in the males, the male gametes are called the sperms, and in the females, the female gametes are called the ovum. Okay. So the process of formation of the male gametes, that is the sperm from the testis, that is called the spermatogenesis, and the process of formation of the female gamete, that is ovum, from the ovary, that is called the oogenesis. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about the first spermatogenesis. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about the oogenesis. Let's start with the spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, it is the process of formation of the sperms. Okay, so the formation of the sperms occurs in the seminiferous tubule, okay, which is the part of the testis. Okay, so the primary sex organ of the male, that is the testis. In the testis we have the seminiferous tubule. This is the section of the seminiferous tubule. So outside the seminiferous tubule we have the interstitial cells. Those cells are called the Leydig cells, and the inside the seminiferous tubules we have two kinds of cells. First is the male germ cell and second is the Sertoli cell, where the sperms are produced. Okay, in the seminiferous tubules we have two kinds of cells, Sertoli cells and the male germ cells. The male germ cells are also called the spermatogonia. This is important. So the male germ cells are also called the spermatogonia, that will produce the sperms by the process of spermatogenesis. Okay, so let's start with the different events comes under the spermatogenesis. This picture shows the enlarged view of the seminiferous tubule. Okay, so this is the enlarged view of the seminiferous tubule. We have at the puberty stage in males, the male germ cells, those are called the spermatogonia. They will undergo the mitosis. So we know that there are two kinds of divisions, mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so mitosis is the equational division and meiosis is the reductional division. Okay, so the first division occurs in the spermatogonia, that is male germ cell, is the mitosis. By the process of mitosis, it will form multiple further cells and finally it will produce the primary spermatocyte. Okay, so if you can see here, this is the seminiferous tubule. Okay, so inside the seminiferous tubule, first is the spermatogonia. This is the male germ cells. The spermatogonia, single it is called the spermatogonium, plural they are called the spermatogonia. So the spermatogonia will divide, that is the, it will increase its size and mitosis will occur, it will form the primary spermatocyte. Okay, it will form the primary spermatocyte. If we talk about the chromosome number of the spermatogonia, the chromosome number is 46. That is, it is diploid in nature, 2 and in nature. We know that in human beings there are 23 pairs of the chromosomes, and if we talk about the in haploid, it is 23, and diploid it is 46. Okay, so the chromosome number in the spermatogonia, that is the 46, that is diploid in nature, and it will form the primary spermatocyte. It is also a diploid in nature. Equational division is occurs and the 46 chromosomes are there. Now, in the primary spermatocyte, the first meiotic division takes place, that is reductional division takes place, and it will form the secondary spermatocyte. If the secondary spermatocyte is formed by the meiotic division, we know that the chromosome number will divide, they reduce, and the chromosome number is, and that is 23 chromosome numbers. Okay, so it is haploid in nature. Spermatogonia and primary spermatocytes are diploid, secondary spermatocyte is haploid. Now, second meiotic division takes place, they will form the 4 spermatids. They will form the 4 spermatids, and the chromosome number is also N, that is haploid, 23 chromosomes. Now, if you all can see here, this is the picture. Spermatogonia will enlarge its size, mitosis will takes place, primary spermatocyte will form. Now, primary spermatocyte will divide meiotically, 2 cells. They will form the 2 cells, that is meiotic division occurs and secondary spermatocytes are formed. Now, after the secondary spermatocytes, we have the spermatids. Okay, we have the spermatids. After the spermatids, the spermatids are further differentiated into the spermatozoa. Okay, so the spermatids will differentiate into the spermatozoa, that is also called the sperms. Okay, so the formation of spermatozoa from the spermatid, that process is called the spermiogenesis. Okay, so this is important. That process is called the spermiogenesis. Spermiogenesis is the process that the formation of the spermatozoa or sperm from the spermatid, that process is called the spermiogenesis. Okay, now after the formation of spermatozoa, the spermatozoa or the sperms will embedded. If you all can see here, these are the spermatozoa, and the spermatozoa will embedded in the Sertoli, head of the Sertoli cell. These are embedded in the head of the Sertoli cell for the nutrition and release from the seminiferous tubule, and they, after this, they will release from the seminiferous tubule by the process of spermiation. Okay, so there are two main processes. The difference between the spermiogenesis and the spermiation is very, very important. What is spermiogenesis? It is the formation of spermatozoa or sperm from the spermatid. And what is spermiation? It is the when the spermatozoa embedded in the head of the Sertoli cell, they are embedded in the head of the Sertoli cell and released from the seminiferous tubule. That process is called the spermiation. Okay, I hope this the events under the spermatogenesis with the help of diagram is clear to you all. This process is very, very important for your exam point of view, so make sure you understand it carefully. The next part of the spermatogenesis is the role of hormones in the spermatogenesis. At the puberty stage, the spermatogenesis begins by the action of different hormones. Now, we know that in the brain we have the hypothalamus, the hypothalamic hormone, that is the very important hormone that that secrete in highest amount during the spermatogenesis is the gonadotropin releasing hormone. This is the full form of GnRH, that is gonadotropin releasing hormone is the hypothalamic hormone which act on the anterior pituitary. Okay, okay, so the gonadotropin releasing hormone act on the anterior pituitary and it will release two gonadotropins. First is the LH, second is the FSH. These are called the gonadotropins. The LH, that means a luteinizing hormone. The another name of the LH is interstitial cell stimulating hormone, that is ICSH. Okay, so the gonadotropin releasing hormone act on the anterior pituitary and the release of two gonadotropins. First is LH and second is the FSH. LH is luteinizing hormone, FSH is follicular stimulating hormone. Now the function of these two hormones are different from each other. First is the LH. LH, that is the luteinizing hormone, they act on the Leydig cell. Where the Leydig cells are present? They are present outside the seminiferous tubule. We know this, okay? And the Leydig cell will produce the androgen, the male androgen, that is called the testosterone. Okay, so this is the male hormone, that is the testosterone. Okay, now the testosterone in turn helps in the spermatogenesis. Now if we talk about the second hormone, that is the FSH, follicular stimulating hormone, it will act on the Sertoli cell. So Sertoli cell is present inside the seminiferous tubules. So what is the function? That it will help the different events, different factors and different events during the spermiogenesis, that is the formation of sperms. Like it will release the androgen binding protein. Sertoli cell release the androgen binding protein that will help in the formation of sperm. That process is called the spermiogenesis. So this is the chart that shows the role of hormone during the spermatogenesis. I hope this is clear to you all. Now, by the process of spermatogenesis, the sperms are produced. Okay, now let us discuss about the structure of the sperm. Okay, so this is the structure of the sperm. The structure of sperm is very, very important for your board exam point of view, so understand it carefully. Now, if we see the structure of the sperm, it is divided into mainly three categories. First is the head region, second is the middle piece, and third is the tail region. Okay, so in some books, the sperm structure is divided into the four categories, including the neck. Okay, head, neck, middle piece, and the tail. So, if we talk about the head region, this is the head region. Head region is composed of nucleus, mainly the nucleus, which contains the genetic material, acrosome. Okay, so in the head region, we have the centrally located nucleus, elongated nucleus, which contains the chromosomes. That is the genetic material. Okay, now if you see, the whole body of the sperm is covered by the membrane that is called the plasma membrane. Okay, now in the head region, a very important part that is somewhat above the nucleus, that is the cap-like structure, which is called the acrosome. This part is very, very important for your fertilization process. Why it is important during the fertilization process? Because when the penetration of the sperm occurs into the ovum, this is the ovum, and the sperms will enter into the ovum, the penetration will occur. It occurs by the secretion of many acrosomal enzymes, which will help the sperm to move inside, to penetrate inside the wall of the ovum. Okay, so the acrosome contains many enzymes which helps in the fertilization process. This is all about the head region. Now in the neck region, the neck region that will join the head and the middle piece. In the neck region, one point is very important. It contains a pair of centrioles. Okay, it contains a pair of centrioles which will help in the movement of sperm, movement of sperms, and also helps after the fertilization. After the fertilization, the embryo will form. In that process, the centrioles takes part in it. Okay. Now the next part is the middle piece. Middle piece contains multiple mitochondria. These are all are the mitochondria. They will help in the sperm motility. They will help in the sperm motility. It will give energy. It will give the energy to the tail that they will move fastly. Okay, the last part is the tail part. The tail part is the last part of this, and it will help in the movement of sperms. Movement of sperms. So this is all about the structure of sperm. If we see that the during the coitus, that is during the intercourse time, the about 200 to 300 million sperms are produced, and out of which only 60% of sperms have right shape, okay, and size, and out of 60%, only 40% will move vigorously. Okay, so during the coitus, for the fertility, the 200 to 300 million sperms are ejaculate from the penis, and out of which the 60% of the sperms have proper size and shape, and out of 60%, only 40% will move vigorously. Okay, so this is the data which is important. Okay, so this is all about the sperm. Now the last very important point which you all have to remember, that after the sperm will release from the seminiferous tubule, okay, when the sperms will release from the seminiferous tubule, they will transported by the multiple accessory ducts, okay, accessory ducts, and after that they will form the semen. The semen is the combination of, seminal plasma and the sperm. Seminal plasma and the sperm. Okay, so the semen is the mixture of seminal plasma and the sperm. So this point is also very important. So I hope the process of spermatogenesis, the role of hormones in the spermatogenesis, structure of sperms, these all are clear to you all. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the oogenesis process. If you like this lecture, like, share, and subscribe my channel, that is the Prep Biology. Thank you so much.